Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel where I'm sharing tips, everyday techniques and activities you can do at home with your child to further his speech and language development. In today's video, I'm sharing with you two important methodologies that you can adopt while teaching your child to see visible changes in speech and language development as well as in overall behavior. The first routine is called schedules. So in schedules, what I mean is set routines for your child. So these routines can be in the form of many things. For example, you can have an everyday routine where you schedule the child's entire day into small time slots of activities or going out or bath time or meal time, and all these activities you schedule it. So that is one. The second type you can have is morning routine or specific evening after school routines, or you can even have specific play routines. For example, if your child loves playing with the fishing fishing toy set, so you can have a routine for this also. So what this will look like is, so first you're going to take the toy out of the box, right? The second step is I am going to play by myself first. That is, mom is going to play. And mom fishes one fish out of the toy. And the second time you give the child the rod. Now it's your turn. Now you take a toy. Next is mine. So you switch between this. So this is also a routine. And finally, when you're done collecting 5 to 10, and then you count up all the toys, all the fishes you caught. So, and then that is, you also include the counting activity there. Or you can also segregate it based on the color of the fish that the person catches. So you can have routines for different activities in different times of the day, for different play, different meal time, for hand wash routine. So you can have a routine for basically anything. So routines are very important. Routines I am mentioning in this video as an effective methodology because research has shown that routines or schedules bring a big amount of predictability to the environment. It eases the demands of the environment, it eases the demands of the situation on the child. So you're bringing down the levels of difficulty and you're equaling the levels of comfort for your child. So all these reduced demands of the environment is going to be very beneficial to a child in creating opportunities for him to start conversing, for him to start communicating. So our child already has a small delay in speech. So we know that communication, speech and language are problem areas right now for our child. So instead of getting ahead and focusing on him and telling him to speak this, speak that, tell me this, tell me that, we are going to give him some visual support. We're going to give him some routines and some predictability in the environment, which is going to make him feel comfortable, which is going to bring down the difficulty and level the playing field for the child, creating equal opportunity and equal participation. So your child is much more free, much more at ease to communicate. I have a detailed video on how you can set up daily routines and how you can set up different types of routines on my YouTube channel. I'll link the video here. You can check out that video for an in-depth tutorial on how to do routines. And if you have any further doubts, you can always get back to me. Like for example, certain children have difficulty with washing hands, or certain children have difficulty with using the toilet independently. So you can even set up routines for that. You can contact me, or you can find your own method to teach your child these routines. So I'm again iterating that routines simplify learning environment, they increase motivation and self-esteem. So whenever your child tries in a less demanding environment, he's going to feel very motivated and feel like he has all the tools to communicate, and it's going to be easy for him to communicate. I'm just going to give you an analogy. Like say you're a mom and you buy a vegetable chopper, or you're a dad and you buy a drone. And when you buy these things, you did not make them, so you don't know how to use them initially. And so what do? You refer to the user manual, and the user manual has nice pictures of step 1, step 2, step 3. First attach the blade, put the vegetable inside, make sure the lid is tightly closed. And so you have all these steps in the manual that makes it easier for you. So even if there's an engineer who designed it and there's a lay person who bought it, the manual brings them both together for the layperson to use the device effectively. Similarly is what we are also doing in communication. We're giving the child a manual, we're giving the child a reference, something to look forward to, something to use as support in order to communicate, in order to make a relatively difficult task a little easier for him. So routines, visual supports are always going to help your child. And some parents may ask me, when I start giving symbols, when I start giving non-verbal gestures, when I start giving pictures, he's not going to talk. That is not always true, because our main goal is communication. We are giving the child a means to talk. So when he gets the confidence, when he knows, okay, then now I can use my mouth, I can use my body, I can use these things that I have to have a change on the environment, then he understands the power of communication. So that is going to be intrinsically motivating for him to speak more, to explore more. So if you have seen my previous video, you saw the tip that you should always sit and spend quality time with your child. This is mandatory. This goes without saying. However busy you are or however tensed you are, you have to set aside some amount of time for you and your child to play. And during this play is where you're going to use my second methodology. So this second methodology is make the play fun, make the play interactive, make the play child friendly. Do not use that time as a teaching time. Use that time as, just play. Have fun with your child. So how do you do that is what I'm going to tell you. So if you are already enrolled in my coaching, you know then how to talk to your child. Even then, I think these tips are going to be more helpful for you. So how to make play fun? First of all, put down your lecturer hat. Put down your teacher hat. You're not a teacher now. You're not some kind of behavioral therapist trying to induce change in your child. You're just a parent trying to have fun and play with your child. How do you make it fun? So for example, your goal for the day is to make your child say the word biscuit in order to ask for biscuit, or to say I want biscuit in order to ask for this biscuit. How you can go about this activity is, first I'll tell you the wrong way to do it, and then I'll tell you the right way to do it. Biscuit venuma? Do you want the biscuit? Sollu. Biscuit veno. Biscuit tanga. Enakku biscuit veno sollu. Sollu. Biscuit veno. Solluma. Biscuit veno. இங்க பாரு சொல்லு பிஸ்கெட் வேணும் சொல்லு பிஸ்கெட் வேணுமா பிஸ்கெட் வேணுமா சொல்லு பிஸ்கெட் வேணும் சொல்லு பிஸ்கெட் சொல்லுங்க. Now I'm going to show you the right way or the more fun way you can teach biscuit to your child. First I'm going to identify what exactly I want my child to do. Do I want them to say biscuit? Do I want them to say I want biscuit? Do I just want them to say the sound b? Do I want them to reach for it? What exactly do I want? Okay, let's say I want my child to say biscuit, because he's already reaching. Like we saw in the example, child is already bringing his hand up and pointing. Now we want to bring the gesture to a word level and we want him to say biscuit. How do I? Oh, you want this? You want the biscuit? Okay, let's see. Biscuit sollama? Biscuit. Crunchy இருக்கும். Tasty biscuit. உனக்கு வேணுமா? சொல்றியா? Biscuit. Very good try. சொன்ன சூப்பர். இப்போ பிஸ்கெட் சொல்லாமா? பிஸ்கெட். அம்மா பாரு. பிஸ்கெட். இப்போ நீ சொல்லு. So if you are able to catch the differences between both the right and the fun way to do it, you will see that in the second way, we did not ask a lot of questions to the child. We made the language very simple. We made our facial expressions very simple. We added a lot of sounds. We said crunchy. We tried to repeat the target word slowly and in a more elaborate way. So this is how you should make activities fun. So you can do this at with any level of function you want your child to be performing. So basically, remember that don't overload your child with a lot of questions. Don't talk in long, big sentences. Don't talk in sequenced utterances and conversation. Keep your sentences simple and short. Use a lot of sounds, use a lot of facial expression, and make it fun for your child. So So let's recap. I've given you two methodologies today. One is to set routines, give visual supports to your child, and make communication, make play or any skill very predictable and supportive. The second way you can do this is to make interactions fun by one, reducing the number of questions that we ask, by using simpler language, by making our speech slow and dragged and having a lot of pauses, and for waiting some amount of time before our child responds. Ideally, please wait 10 seconds. When you ask a question or when you are expecting your child to imitate what you said or what you do, wait 10 seconds. Count in your head 1, 2, 3, 4. Just wait for 10 seconds before you go on to speaking about the next thing or asking the next question. I know it's difficult to wait because we really want our child to speak and say the words in the moment, but understand that your child is also feeling a little overwhelmed with a lot of speech, with a lot of communication activities that we are doing. So give him time, use simpler words and phrases, and keep the 10-second rule in mind. Always wait 10 seconds when you're expecting an answer. If you don't get an answer, try again. If you do get an answer, build on it. Like when our child said "ba," we tried to make him say "biscuit." Even if he didn't say biscuit, it's fine. He said "ba." So that is a good step for you. Congratulate him and give him the biscuit at that time. And next time we'll try with the full word for biscuit. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you took away a lot of points to teach your child. Please try them out and let me know how it works out. Until we meet in the next video.